So hello, welcome back to Goomandee's Coins and Banknotes, and in this video we're going to review New Zealand's current coins. But beforehand we need to talk just quickly about the previous coins that they used. So before 1967 they used pre-decimal currency. We're not going to show any of that here. And in 1967 they decimalised, so these were the first coins that they issued, 1 cent to the 50-cent coin, and they are pretty similar to Australian coins. So here's the Australian 1 and 2 cent. So the New Zealand coins are a little bit lighter than the Australian coins, but the 5, 10, 20 cent were the same. The 50 cent was not a 12-sided coin, it was just a round, and also it was rated. So 1990 they issued the $1 and the $2 coins, or they minted. They issued them in 1991 though, and in 2006 that's when they changed the coins. But before they done that, in 1990 a decimal they demonetized the 1 and 2 cent. And the last mintage of these is 1987, so by 2006 they were out of circulation anyway. So in 2006 these are the coins you would have used, but the last mintage of the 5 cent was 2003. So the 2004, 2005, 2006 were not issued for circulation. The last mintage of the 10 and 20 cent was 2004. I believe the 2005 were actually melted down, and if you kept. Last mintage of the 50 cent was 2005. I believe most of them were issued for circulation. It's about 500,000. That's quite a low mintage. And they probably only minted the 2005 just as a it was a backup. So if they needed the coins in 2005 and early 2006, they could have issued them. But obviously the 10 and 20 cent they never needed. But I'll dedicate that for another video. So in 2006, what they done is they removed the 5 cent coin, and they had these 3 coins. You can see there's 2 New Zealand 20 cents. So this is the early one, and in 2000 they issued the 20 cent with the Maori carving on it. So they removed that because they put the Kiwi on the $1 coin. So in 2006 these are the coins that were issued for circulation, but that was no longer minted. So they decided to reduce the size of the coins, and they changed the composition. So there's a copper nickel. They changed the composition to a plated steel. So the 10 cent went from 23.62 to 20.5 millimeters and 5.66 grams to 3.3 millimeters, and went from copper nickel to a copper plated steel. The 20 cent has a Spanish flower design. So the Spanish flower design is the same as the 20 euro cent, and that went from copper nickel to nickel plated steel, and it went from 28.58 grams to 21 millimeters, should I say, 21.75 millimeters. Went from 11.31 grams to 4 grams. So that's a dramatic reduction. Now I'm not surprised, because the value of these coins compared to 1967 is actually quite lower. And they changed the 50 cent coin from a 31.75 millimeter to 24.75 millimeter, and from 13.61 grams to 5. So, but they kept the designs the same. So on the 10 cent we have koruru, and this is it adorns a meeting house. So it's like a council chambers, if you want it, in the Western culture, something like that. And it's has large owl eyes. So that's the iconic feature of it. And it's ruru. So ruru. So ruru is the Maori word for owl, and it has a protruding tongue in defiance of the enemy. So it is a gesture I've been silly towards the enemy. That's what I've taken. That has been the 20 cent has Pukaki. So this was actually a person, a well-known Maori of the. I need to bring it up. Okay, so I'm going to butcher his name now, which is one thing that I like to do. Pakaki or the Ngati Wakahu. I don't even know how to say it. And he was a chief, and I believe he took part in the Waititi. Is it Waititi? No, Waitangi Treaty. So New Zealanders should be familiar with that. They should actually have that in their history. And the 50 cent just has the Endeavour. So just the ship that Captain Cook went on. So he's the first Englishman to actually arrive in New Zealand. Although it wasn't a discovery because the Maori had found it before. And before that, plants and animals had found it. So on the other side of these coins, we just have your portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. King Charles III is only on the 10 cent, but I'm not too sure if that's been issued in circulation. And coins from now on from New Zealand are going to be issued with Charles III's portrait. So that's the coins of New Zealand. Okay, let's go through some of the mintages of these coins. So the latest mintage I have is 2012. And all these are pretty high mint. This one has a mintage of 20,400,000. 2011 has the same mintage. Then we have 2007, so this still has mint last year, but it's in some circulation. Mintage of 15 million. The initial mintage is the highest for the 10 cent, 140 million, so this is pretty common. So none of the mintages, the lowest is 2016 with 11.1 million, so really common coin. So all you're looking for in these ones is errors, which I have not found any. So this is going to be a common feature with New Zealand coins, is because New Zealand only mints coins when they need them every few years. Sometimes they do like 4 or 5 years in a row, but not all the time. The coins are going to be quite high mintage. So here we have 2008, that's 80 million. Then we have 2006, 116 million. So that's the only 2 days I've got here. I'll do it 2014 somewhere. So basically, the lowest minted coin for the 20 cent is 2020 of 8 million, and the last mintage is 2022 of 10 million. So really, it's going to be a common coin to get. So really, all you're looking for is errors in that coin as well. Okay, the 50 cent coin, all I've got is 2006. This has an initial mintage of 70 million, so this is going to be a common coin. The lowest mintage is 2018 with 4 million, and the last mintage is 2020 with 8.2 million. So really all you're looking for in here is error coins. And these are all minted in the Canadian Mint. So, and all plated steel 40 cent coins. Now the $1, these are 8 grams and 23 millimeters, aluminium bronze. It has a kiwi, or one of the species of kiwi, and a silver fern in the background. And we have various coins dated, so 2010 has a mintage of, I'm just having a look now, 10 million, 2010, 10 million, 2002. So these are all going to be pretty common coins. Mintage of 8 million, 2005, 2 million, so these seems to be quite low. 2004, 2.7 million, so these are probably 2 of the more scarcer dates you're going to try and get. And these ones are 2003, 4 million, another 2002, 8 million, 2000 we have 5 million, and then 1990 we have, for this coin, 40 million. So this is still going to be the most common coin in circulation for the $1 coins. So the last mintage of the $1 coin is 2020, so it's been about 5 years. So really these two here are the key dates, the 2005, and you can see this one has a card on the 5. So this is the key date as well as this one. So these are two I will actually keep. And as you can see, these are interrupt milling. Okay, so the last coin is the $2. This one has the kotuku or white heron, and this is probably the most interesting of the coins you're going to get in New Zealand. So first of all, we'll look at the actual back of the coins. We'll go just these two. So 97 is one you're looking for. I've made another video on this. That is because all of these were recalled, so it's probably a little bit thinner, and different type of metals so have problems being used in vending machines. If only a million, I don't think most of these were issued for circulation, and they were quickly withdrawn. So probably, I can't find any of these for sale on the internet, and basically it should be at least $20 to $30 coin. 98, so this one's pretty much almost uncirculated, has a mintage of 6 million. And then you got 1991 for the effigy that we see, and that's the Raphael Makhlouf effigy. Okay, the only other type of coin has the Emmerich Broadley effigy, and this one was last minted in 2022, and any other coin mintage after this will be Charles III, but they haven't minted any Charles III coins so far. So 2011 has 8 million, 2002 has, let's have a look, 6 million, and the other coin I have is also 2002. What you can see with these is the first two on both of these coins has a card. So these are probably from the same die, although the damage to the card's probably a lot more. So that's what you need to look for in these coins: errors in cards. And also 2002, there is a mule as well, in which they have the 2 pence from the United Kingdom, so it doesn't have New Zealand. It has the same effigy. So if you go to Numistor, this is what the coin looks like. So we've got the reverse of New Zealand, the obverse of the United Kingdom coin, and if you get a close up, you can see it just has Elizabeth II. UK coins don't have the name of the country, so that's, and also it's a date, so we know what date it is. So I hope this helps you with your New Zealand coin collecting. So if you go to New Zealand, these are the 5 denominations you're going to use, as well as banknotes, $5 to $100. And hopefully this is just a brief summary of what you should be looking for in your coins in New Zealand. Thank you very much. Have an awesome coin banknote collecting time, and take care.